At the beginning of the story, we see two old men drinking inside a building. A man known as Gwi Ryongja told the other man that he is a very cold-hearted person. He could not believe that the man only wanted to have one cup of drink after seeing him for the first time in decades. Ryongja poured the man some liquor. The moment he poured the liquor, Ryongja remembered that he and the man first met when they were quite young. 40 years ago, a younger version of the man stepped into Ryongja's house and asked him to use the Great Regression Technique to send him back to the past. The younger Ryongja was surprised to hear this. The Great Regression Technique is one of the great achievements of the Gwi family. It is a technique that has been researched for centuries and it has been passed down in the family. It was a technique that was incredibly difficult to use. Ryongja also tried to complete the technique, however, he had to give up. The man gave up after seeing the 5 materials needed to complete the technique. He knew that he could never get these materials. When the man came to Ryongja's house, he saw it as an opportunity to try to gather the materials. He told the mysterious man that he will help him if he can provide the materials that is required for the technique. The first material needed is the thunder bell. It is a sacred artifact of the heavenly wind cult. The next is the divine incense brazier. This is a sacred artifact of the divine dragon family. The next is the core essence of the 10,000 years carp. The fourth item is the secret demonic soul of the demonic cult. The fifth material needed is 5 million yang. Ryongja did not ask for this material because he could easily get it. To Ryongja's surprise, the mysterious man was able to obtain the first 3 items over several decades. However, for him to get the secret demonic soul of the demonic cult, the man had to disappear from the world for a long time. The scene shifts and we are taken back to the present. Ryongja told the man that he believed that he already died in an unknown valley. He asked the man to tell him how he was able to gather all the materials. The man, who appears to have lost his left hand, drank his liquor and told Ryongja that he cursed the Great Regression Technique because it needed such rare materials. He revealed to him that he has actually thought of killing him while he was gathering the materials. Ryongja was not shaken by what the man said. He simply stared at him. He realized that he was really young when he met the man. Now the man has already become old and he had gray hair on his head. Ryongja noticed that the air around the man had changed completely. He wondered if the man had to change in order to gather the materials needed for the technique. Ryongja took a sip of his liquor and asked the man to tell him why he is trying so hard to go back to the past. With a menacing look on the man's face, he revealed to Ryongja that he wants to return to the past for revenge. The man was shocked to hear this. He asked the mysterious man if it is impossible for him to take revenge with his current skills. He asked him if he really needs to go back to the past to achieve his goal. The man explained to Ryongja that his current skills are not enough. Ryongja asked the man to tell him the name of the person that he hates so much. With a deadly look in his eyes, the man told Ryongja that he wants to kill Wamugi. Ryongja was shocked to hear this. Wamugi is the martial artist responsible for the death of the leaders of the 3 strongest groups in the Murim. He killed the leader of the Murim Alliance, the Unorthodox Alliance leader, and the Heavenly Demon. He is known as the strongest martial artist across all history. He is the strongest person in their era. Ryongja told the man that he will not be able to defeat Wamugi even if he returns to the past. The man told Ryongja that he must kill him no matter what. The man revealed to Ryongja that the heavenly demon who Wamugi killed was his father. Ryongja was shocked to hear this. The man explained to Ryongja that he does not seek revenge because his father was killed, or because his sly bastard of a brother was killed. He did not see it as a big deal for people who have given their lives to demons to be killed. Ryongja asked the man to share his reason. According to the man, on the day of the attack, Wamugi killed servants, cooks, and even young children who did not know martial arts. He even killed all the cats and dogs that were reared. Ryongja was shocked to hear this. He told the man that Wamugi would never do such a thing. He told him that he does not believe him. The man explained to Ryongja that he does not care if he does not believe him. He revealed to him that he cannot kill Wamugi in this age, so he must go back to the past to take his revenge. The man told Ryongja that he will ask Wamugi to tell him why a strong person like him needs to kill children. He told him that he will ask this question before he kills him. Ryongja felt bad for the man when he heard this. He told the man to do him a favor if he successfully returns to the past. He begged the man to find him in the past. The man asked Ryongja to tell him his reason for the favor. With a serious look on his face, Ryongja begged the man to stop him from getting married. The room became silent when Ryongja said this. The man immediately burst into laughter. Ryongja did not understand why the man was laughing. He assured him that he is quite serious. He begged the man to tell him to live alone for the rest of his life. With a smile on his face, the man promised Ryongja that he will fulfill his wish. After hearing the man say this, Ryongja asked the man to follow him to the room where he will perform the technique. When the man stood up, he could barely hold himself. Ryongja quickly ran to assist him. He asked the man if he is all right. The man told Ryongja that he is fine. He revealed to him that he lost one arm and one eye while trying to obtain the secret demonic soul. The man believed that this was a cheap price to pay for such an artifact. The scene shifts and we see Ryongja place 4 items in front of him. He opened the box containing the demonic soul and placed it next to the other materials. Immediately he did this, he began to chant something. The moment he started chanting, the demonic soul began to release a large amount of dark energy. As Ryongja chanted, each of the items began to release some energy. The energy fused together and a bright light shined. The moment the light shined, a large spatial crack appeared in the room. Ryongja was shocked to see this. He could not believe that he actually managed to perform the technique successfully. He turned to the man and told him that he did it. When Ryongja turned around, he saw the man sitting on the ground. The man appeared to be struggling. He was breathing heavily and doing his best to stay conscious. Ryongja was surprised to see this. He turned around and took a look at the portal. He turns back to the man and apologized to him. As he walked towards the portal, he promised the man that he will find him in the past and warn him about the impending disaster. He explained to the man that it has always been the GWI family's greatest wish to return to the past. Before Ryongja could step into the portal, his body stopped moving. He immediately realized that his acupoint has been sealed. The man appeared behind him, with a horrifying tone in his voice. The man asked him to tell him why he would try to do such a thing. Ryongja was terrified to hear the man's voice. He began to tremble. The man moved close to him and grabbed his neck. He asked Ryongja to tell him why he would try to betray him. He grabbed his neck and began to choke him. With tears in his eyes, Ryongja explained to the man that he lost his rationality for a short instant. He begged the man to forgive him. He told him that he should have never tried to do such a stupid thing because the man was the one who suffered to get the materials. The man glared at Ryongja when he heard this. He let go of the old man. He told him that he is also a selfish person. He revealed to Ryongja that he was only able to gather the materials by not caring about others. The man grit his teeth and told Ryongja that he would have killed him if he was someone else. While Ryongja was trying to catch his breath, the man places his hand on his shoulder and thanked him for waiting his entire life for him. Ryongja was shocked to hear this. He was surprised to see that the man was smiling at him. With tears flowing out of his eyes, Ryongja began to apologize to the man. While he was apologizing, he suddenly stopped moving. The man was shocked to see this. When he looked around, he noticed that everything had stopped moving. The man could not comprehend what was happening. While the man was looking at Ryongja, someone told him that he has passed the test. The man was surprised to hear this. When he turned around, he saw a very old man who was glowing. The man appeared to be a deity. The man asked the deity for his identity. The deity explained to him that he is the one who can send him back to the past. The man was shocked to hear this. The old man asked our protagonist if he truly believes that a mere creature and some items will make it possible for him to travel to the past. The man used his powers to raise the materials and told our protagonist that the items are not the true materials. He explained to him that the true materials are the efforts he offered when he gathered the items. The deity told the man that he has passed the test by living his life with a single goal and by sacrificing everything he had to achieve his goal. The deity explained to the man that his last test was to forgive Ryongja. He told him that the test was the toughest test out of everything. He was surprised to see that the man easily passed the test. The man asked the deity to send him back to the past since he has passed the test. The old man asked our protagonist to tell him what he will do in the past. With a serious look on his face, the man revealed to the deity that he will kill whoever deserves to die and save those who are not supposed to die. The deity asked him if that is all he wants to do. The man told the deity that he will try to live a meaningful life. He told him that the reason he is so desperate to go back to the past is because he regrets the way he lived his life, and he has so much hatred for Wamugi. The deity asked the man to tell him what he regrets. The man screamed that he regretted everything. He explained to him that since his birth, none of his actions has ever been of his own free will. They have always been driven by something. He told him that he was pushed around by so many things, and before he could live for himself, he had already reached the end of his life. The deity smiled when he heard this. He told the man that he is looking forward to see how he will live his new life. The moment he said this, his body began to fade away. After the deity left, time started moving again. Ryongja continued begging the man. The man was surprised to hear Ryongja's voice. Ryongja begged the man to not forget his promise of stopping him from getting married. The man smiled when he heard this. He walked towards the portal. Before entering the portal, the man asked Ryongja to live well. The old man did not care about what the man said. He begged him to stop him from getting married. The scene shifts and we see the man open his eyes. The man found himself on a stage. He was surrounded by hundreds of martial artists who were cheering. In front of the man was a statue of a demon. The man looked around and saw the faces of the martial artists cheering around him. The man smiled when he saw their faces. He realized that he had actually returned. While looking around, the man felt a certain energy. When the man looked up, he saw a man sitting on a huge chair at the top of a building. The man was surrounded by other people who were sitting around him. This man is the heavenly demon and our protagonist's father. The heavenly demon noticed that his son was staring at him. Our boy smiled as he looked his father in the eyes. While he was looking at his father, a huge man who was also on the stage hit his sword on the ground and referred to our boy as young master. He told our boy that he needs to start the fight. The moment our boy heard this, he realized that he returned to the day of the new demon skirmish. The heavenly demon declared that he would not limit the selection of the next cult leader to only his bloodline. This declaration caused an uproar within the cult, because this meant that anyone can become the heavenly demon as long as they are the strongest. In order to show that he is serious about his announcement, the heavenly demon launched a fighting competition among the next generational leaders of the cult. The competition is known as the New Demon Skirmish. The victor of the New Demon Skirmish will be given the chance to challenge one of the heavenly demon's two sons. Whoever wins the fight will be given one wish for the heavenly demon to grant. The big idiot currently in front of our boy chose to challenge him in order to get the wish. The man asked our boy to simply give up. While staring at the idiot, our boy remembered how angry he was that the man chose him in the past. He was offended because the man thought that he was weaker than his older brother. However, the truth was that the man chose him for a different reason. The man had bribed the cook in our boy's kitchen. He made the cook mix energy-dispersing poison into his rice. He did this to stop our young master from temporarily using his energy. Our boy lost the match because of this dirty trick. He tried to explain everything to his father, but the heavenly demon did not respond to him. Instead, he looked at his son with eyes that seemed to be blaming him for falling for such a petty trick. Our boy made up for his defeat by doing a few things that pushed him to his limit. Due to the mistakes and failures he experienced, he slowly lost his place in the succession war. Our boy realized that his predicament started from this particular defeat. Due to the fact that the young master did not say anything, the huge man asked him if he is distracted despite being in a fight. Our boy did not know how to respond to this. He asked the idiot for his name. The huge man was annoyed to hear this. He told the young master that his name is Gu Pyungo. He asked our boy if he is ignoring him. The moment he said his name, the man remembered him. He remembered that Gu Pyungo is one of the 7 disciples of the 8 demon supremes. His master's name is Gu Qianpa, and he is known as Blood Heaven Sword Demon. Pyungo is the 5th disciple of Qianpa. Pyungo told the young master that he must be confident in his abilities for him to mess with him. The man did not reply to the idiot. He turned to see his father. While looking at the heavenly demon, our boy noticed something. While looking at his father's eyes, he could tell that his father already knew that he was poisoned with the energy-dispersing poison. The heavenly demon was simply observing how our boy would take care of this problematic situation. Due to the fact that the man still had what he learned in his past life, he was certain that he could defeat Pyungo in a single move without any inner energy. However, the man did not want to show his true skills. He believed that he needed to hide his skills for now. Our boy raised his hand up and said that he has an announcement to make. He told the martial artist that he is willing to fight Pyungo without any inner energy. The martial artists and Pyungo were shocked to see this. The martial artists began to scream and cheer for our boy. They referred to him as the Unrivaled Swordsman. Pyungo was shocked to see this. The big idiot panicked and raised his hand up. He told everyone that he will also not make use of any inner energy. The martial artists stopped cheering when they heard this. They did not understand why Pyungo was not fighting with his inner energy. They believed that the duel will be boring if 2 people fight without inner energy. Pyungo was annoyed to see how everyone dismissed his announcement. He picked up his sword and told our boy that even though he is not using any inner energy, his sword has no eyes. He told him that his sword can cut anything it touches. The man was not listening to the idiot. He was more focused on the fact that his younger body felt foreign to him. He wondered if he will be able to move his body the way he wants. Pyongo took a stance and asked our boy to unsheath his sword. The man threw his sword to the ground and told the idiot that he does not need it against him. The martial artists began to laugh when they heard this. They told Pyongo that our boy is looking down on him. The idiot was embarrassed to hear this. He told our boy that he will not kill him because he is the son of the cult leader. He assured him that he will take one of his hands. The moment he said this, he rushed to attack the man. When Pyongo launched his first attack, the man easily dodged it. The man was surprised to see that his body was even faster than he thought. Pyongo moved to the side and tried to cut our boy's head off. Our boy jumped before the sword could touch him. The moment he landed on the ground, he placed his hand on his chest to see how fast his heart was beating. He was happy to see his heart beating with so much strength. Pyongo was annoyed to see that the man was ignoring him. He rushed to attack him. This time our boy closed the gap between himself and the idiot. He used his elbow to hit the man in his chest. Pyongo screamed out in pain. Before he could fall to the ground, the man used his hand to hit him in the head. The attack was quite heavy. It made Pyongo cough out some blood. Before Pyongo could fall to the ground, our boy grabbed his clothes and pulled him. He took a stance and attacked the idiot with several punches. Pyongo could not do anything but take the punches. Pyongo fell on his knees as blood gushed out of his mouth and nose. The moment he fell to his knees, the man grabbed his right hand. He raised his leg up and asked Pyongo if this was the hand he used to give the cook the poison. Pyongo was shocked to see that our boy knew about the poison. Unfortunately for the poor bastard, our boy used his knee to snap his hand. Pyongo screamed out in pain as tears fell from his eyes. The martial artists were quite shocked to see what the young master did. While shaking in pain, Pyongo fell to the ground. While staring at the idiot, our boy swore to himself that he will no longer let people like Pyongo influence how he lives his life. While he was looking at Pyongo, someone raised his hand. The martial artist became silent when they saw the person that raised his hand. The heavenly demon raised his hand and told his son that he will grant him a wish. He asked our boy to tell him what he desires. In this situation, people would usually request for an artisan sword or a secret martial arts manual. Our boy decided to follow his instinct. He told his father that he wants to go on a hunt with him. The heavenly demon did not expect such a request. Pyongo and the other martial artists were also shocked to hear the request. The heavenly demon asked his son if he is certain about his wish. With a smile on his face, the man told his father that he heard that he loved hunting when he was younger. He explained to his father that he wants to learn how to hunt from him. The heavenly demon simply glared at his son. He could not tell what he was thinking. He stood up from his chair and told him that they will depart tomorrow at dawn. The moment he said this, he turned around and walked away. As the heavenly demon walked forward, the 8 Supremes stood up and bowed their heads. After the heavenly demon left, some men stepped on the stage to assist Pyongo. Pyongo told our boy that he made a lousy request. With a smile on his face, our boy asked the idiot to tell him his name again. Pyongo was annoyed to hear this. He begged someone to kill the man. While watching Pyongo leave, the man told himself that he no longer has any interest in the reckless lives that everyone lived. The scene shifts and we see the man at his residence. He looked at the mirror to confirm if he was truly young again. The man was surprised to see that he was no longer his old self. While staring at the mirror, the man wondered about what Wamugi was currently doing. The man knew that he could easily resolve his issues by finding Wamugi and killing him before he becomes strong. However, the problem was that the martial artist was difficult to find. In the past, Wamugi suddenly appeared the Jianghu as if he fell out of the skies. After he destroyed the Murim Alliance, the Unorthodox Alliance, and the demonic cult, he hid himself from the world, so there isn't a lot of information about him. The man understood that it would be a dangerous act of provocation if he tries to find Wamugi by telling the whole world his name. The man realized that his top priority is to become stronger than Wamugi. While he was thinking, someone tells him that he fought excellently on the stage. Our boy was shocked to hear this voice. When he turned around, he saw a chubby girl. He called the girl Leon. With a smile on her face, the girl greeted her young master. This girl is known as Bodyguard Leon. With a sad look in his eyes, the man remembered that Leon was actually with him during this time. In the past, the man did not know that his bodyguard had learnt a martial art that made her body increase in size. The girl learnt this martial arts for our boy's sake. The martial arts is known as the body petrification technique. It gives its user the ability to temporarily make their body as tough as a rock. It is a secret technique only known to certain people in the cult. The biggest flaw of this technique is that it makes the user's body really big. In the past, Leon threw her body in front of the man in order to block a sword aura which Mugi sent at him. It was thanks to her sacrifice that the man was able to survive the attack on the cult. Upon seeing how her master was looking at her, Leon asked him if something is wrong. When the man heard the girl's voice, he was shocked to see how nice it was. The man never paid attention to her voice in the past. Our boy could not believe that he thought of such a nice girl who was ready to throw her life away for him as a simple guard. He realized that he took her for granted. Our boy walked up to the girl and smiled at her. He noticed that she was bigger than he remembered. Leon did not understand what was happening. She did not know why her master was acting weird. When Leon was younger, people thought that she would become the most beautiful woman in the world once she gets older. The girl who used to be so beautiful suddenly became fat one day. Leon promised her master that she will protect him. In the past, our boy, whose name is Muguk, never noticed that Leon had cried a lot after becoming fat. He never knew that her eyes were swollen because of her tears. Muguk wondered about how the girl felt. She could have become the most beautiful woman in the world, and yet she gave it up in order to protect him. After she became fat, our boy acted cold to the girl. While smiling at Leon, Muguk promised himself that he will find a way to help her get rid of the side effects of the body petrification technique. Leon did not understand why her master was smiling. She asked him if everything is all right. Our boy told the girl that he is feeling great. Leon told her master that he is acting a bit strange. Muguk smiled when he heard this. He realized that Leon was able to notice the difference in his behavior because she always protects him every day. Our boy turned around and asked Leon to follow him. He told her that he wants to show her something that is much stranger. The girl asked her master about where they are going. Our boy revealed to her that they are going to flip the kitchen. Leon did not understand what Muguk was talking about. The scene shifts and we see our boy and Leon in the kitchen. The cooks all came out to greet their young master. With a serious look on his face, Muguk asked the cooks to tell him why they poisoned him. The head chef did not understand what the man was talking about. Our boy turned to one of the chefs and asked him to tell him why he put energy-dispersing poison into his meal. The chef was surprised to hear this. He quickly denied this allegation. Muguk asked the boy if he gambled away the 3,000 niang he received as his salary. In his past life, our boy found out that the chef incurred a great debt because he was addicted to gambling. He spent all his parents' money and he even borrowed money from his friends. After losing the money, the boy was willing to do anything, even if it involved poisoning the son of the heavenly demon. The chef went on his knees and begged for his life. He asked Muguk to spare him. He told him that he was blinded by money. Our boy asked the chef if Pyungo personally gave him the money. The chef told him that he did. The moment the boy answered, Muguk drew his sword and used it to behead him. The chefs and Leon were shocked to see this. With a cold gaze in his eyes, our boy told the chef that he should be ashamed that he poisoned someone. The head chef went on his knees and begged his young master. He told our boy that he will take full responsibility for the situation. Muguk asked the chef to tell him why he wants to take responsibility for the situation. He told him that it is the other chef that is at fault. The head chef explained to Muguk that everything that happens in the kitchen is his responsibility. Our boy asked the chef, who he referred to as Chef Lim, if every unjust thing that happens in the cult is his father's responsibility. The man was shocked to hear this question. He told our boy that the heavenly demon is not responsible for such things. Upon hearing his answer, Muguk asked Chef Lim to tell him why he wants to take responsibility for something that does not involve him. Our boy turned around and put his sword into his sheath. He asked the chef to get up and cook him shredded chicken noodles for dinner. He told the chef that it has been a while since he last had the meal. Chef Lim was surprised to hear this. After they stepped out of the kitchen, Leon reminded her master that he had shredded chicken noodles a few days ago. Our boy smiled when he heard this. He did not know how to tell his bodyguard that it has been a few decades since he last had the meal. The next day, we see the heavenly demon standing in front of the heavenly demon pavilion. The heavenly demon changed his clothes from his usual robe to a hunting attire. When the man saw his son, he asked him to tell him why he is carrying so many useless things. Muguk explained to his father that he is carrying things that are needed for a few days' hunt. The heavenly demon was surprised to hear this. He told his son that he only planned to hunt for a day. Muguk told his father that he might change his mind and spend a few more days hunting. The heavenly demon walked past his son and told him that he has an ambitious dream. The scene shifts and we are taken to the mountains. We see Muguk walking next to his father. While walking, the heavenly demon told our boy that he is more skilled than he thought. Our boy was surprised to hear this. He realized that his father was able to find out that he was hiding his skills when he fought Pyungo. Muguk decided to tell his father the truth. He revealed to the heavenly demon that he was hiding his skills. The man told his son that he knew. Muguk explained to his father that he is not a cat that hisses. Instead, he is a beast that is hiding his claws. The heavenly demon turned around and asked his son to tell him why a beast would hide its claws. Muguk was surprised to hear this question. He told his father that he has never thought about such a thing. The man told his son that he did not think about it because he is still a cat. The heavenly demon asked Muguk to tell him how far he has gotten in mastering the soaring sword art. The soaring sword art is a sword arts passed down only to the heavenly demon's bloodline. It is seen as an extremely advanced martial arts that is similar to the martial arts learnt by the demon supremes. With a confident smile on his face, Muguk told his father that he has completely mastered the martial arts. The moment he said this, the heavenly demon attacked him with a small amount of energy. Our boy barely dodged the attack by moving his head. The attack created a hole in his bag. Muguk was relieved that he was able to dodge the attack. He knew that his face would already be gone if the attack had touched him. The heavenly demon was surprised to see that his son actually managed to completely master the soaring sword arts. Muguk was surprised to see that his father was not certain if he had mastered the martial arts. He asked the heavenly demon to tell him what he would have done if he did not dodge the attack. The heavenly demon explained to his son that he was certain that he will be able to dodge it if he truly mastered the martial arts. He told Muguk that he would have paid the price for lying to him if he could not dodge the attack. Our boy told his father that it would be bad if he damages his face. He explained to the heavenly demon that he has a face that resembles his. He told his father that it would not be nice for him to have a scar on his face. The heavenly demon glared at his son when he heard this. Upon seeing his father's expression, Muguk wondered if he went overboard. The heavenly demon turned around and told his son that it is impressive that he managed to master the soaring sword arts at his age. Muguk was shocked to hear this. He thanked his father for his praise. As the two walked deeper into the forest, the heavenly demon placed his hand on the ground to check for traces of animals. While the man was looking around, Muguk asked him about the person that taught him how to hunt. The heavenly demon revealed to his son that he learned from his older brother. Muguk was shocked to hear this. He could not believe that he had an uncle. The heavenly demon revealed to Muguk that he killed his brother when he was the same age as him. Our boy told his father that he did great. The heavenly demon was shocked to hear this. Muguk told his father that he would have not been born if he did not do what he did. The man simply glared at his son. He turned around and walked forward. While watching his father walk, our boy realized that even his father would have hated having to fight his own family. Muguk had seen so many situations like this in the past. Our boy realized that the stronger a person seems, the deeper their wounds would be. The heavenly demon told his son that he could not find a solution when he was younger. Muguk clenched his fist and told his father that he also cannot do it. He told his father that he cannot do something which even he was not able to do. The man turned around when he heard this. With a serious look on his face, Muguk told his father that he cannot find a way because his brother is vicious and cruel. The heavenly demon asked his son if he is speaking ill of his brother because he is not around. The scene shifts and we see our boy and his father climbing a mountain. While he was running on the mountain, Muguk contemplates about the fact that he never got married in his past life. Due to this, our boy did not know what it felt like to have children. Muguk was curious about how his father saw him. When they arrived at the top of the mountain, they saw a large forest in front of them. Muguk asked his father if something is inside the forest. The man told his son that their dinner is inside the forest. Muguk quickly took out his bow. He told his father that they need to kill the animal. The heavenly demon asked his son to tell him how he plans to kill something that he cannot even see. He asked Muguk to close his eyes and feel his surroundings. Our boy was surprised to hear this. He decided to follow his father's orders. Muguk closed his eyes and released some energy. When martial masters try to find their opponents, they sense the vibrations in the air. People usually refer to this as the energy flow of a being. When Muguk closed his eyes, he could only feel one energy flow in the surrounding. This was his father's terrifying energy. The heavenly demon asked our boy to send out some of his energy in a single line. He asked Muguk to make the energy thinner without breaking it. He asked our boy to think of his body as a ball of yarn. He told him to slowly discharge his energy as if he is pulling out a thread. Muguk followed his father's instructions and carefully moved his energy. While moving his energy, our boy hit something. The heavenly demon asked him if he has reached something. Our boy told his father that he sees a tree. The heavenly demon asked his son to search the vicinity slowly. As Muguk carefully moved his energy away from the tree, he pushed it into the forest. The moment he got past the tree, Muguk's energy hit a boar which was in the forest. Our boy was shocked to see this. He told his father that it is a wild boar. He told him that the animal has stiff fur and a long body. The heavenly demon was surprised to hear this. He told his son that he is correct. While staring at Muguk, the man told him that he was not able to quickly guess the animal from their current distance. With a smile on his face, Muguk told his father that he was blessed with a body that is gifted in martial arts. He told him that he can do this level of work easily. The heavenly demon simply glared at his son when he heard this. At night, we see our boy roasting the boar. The heavenly demon asked his son to tell him how he is able to cook hunted animals. Muguk told his father that he learnt from a book. The heavenly demon was surprised to hear this. He told Muguk that he is too skilled for someone who learnt from a book. Our boy told his father that he is glad that he looks skilled. In Muguk's past life, he hunted countless boar for food, so this was not a difficult thing for him. Our boy told his father that he prepared the tiger skin he is sitting on in order to win his favor. The heavenly demon asked his son if he wanted to hunt with him in order to impress him and become the successor. Muguk told his father that such a stupid thing would not work on him. He assured his father that he can become the successor without his help. The man was surprised to hear this. He told his son that he is quite confident. He asked Muguk to tell him why he wanted to hunt with him. Our boy revealed to his father that he has two reasons for hunting with him. The first is to learn whatever he could from the heavenly demon. Muguk told his father that he has already achieved his first goal. The man asked his son to tell him what comes next after strength. Muguk explained to his father that he is not trying to become strong because he wants to become the heavenly demon. He told his father that he does not want to waste his youth trying to become the heavenly demon, especially when his father is still strong and healthy. Muguk took a look at the stars and told his father that he is satisfied with learning the heavenly demon martial arts by becoming the successor. While looking at the stars, our boy reminded himself that he has to learn and master the 9 calamities demonic arts. Muguk quickly removed this idea from his head. He told himself that he has to go beyond the martial arts because even his father who mastered the 9 calamities demonic arts still lost to Wamugi. While he was lost in the stars, the heavenly demon asked his son to tell him his second reason. Muguk revealed to his father that he wanted to spend some time alone with him. The heavenly demon smiled when he heard this. He told his son that he has a useless emotion that will get him killed. Muguk asked his father to tell him why it is useless. He explained to his father that he gets to spend time with the strongest person in the whole world. He told the heavenly demon that if he sings a song, it will become the best song in the world, and if he drinks liquor, it will become the greatest liquor in the world. The heavenly demon turned to his son when he heard this. He was surprised to hear what Muguk said. The man looked away and gently smiled. Whenever Muguk tried to remember his father in his past life, he could not find a good memory in his head. The only memory he had were of him trembling in front of his father. In this life, our boy aims to get more things other than new memories. He believed that his father should not get too happy because he was doing everything for his own sake. The next day, we see Muguk packing his bags in order to return to the cult. His father told him that they are not yet leaving. He told Muguk that he has to catch a tiger since he is hunting with the heavenly demon. Our boy was surprised to hear this. The heavenly demon asked his son to get up and follow him. The man took Muguk to a bamboo forest. He asked him to close his eyes again. He told him that their target is 100 yards away on the right side, which is further than their last prey. The heavenly demon asked his son to feel the wind. He told Muguk to infuse his energy into the wind. While doing his best to follow his father's instructions, our boy realized that he has never thought of infusing his energy into the wind before. There was no one to teach him such a skill, and none of the martial arts he saw ever taught such a thing. The heavenly demon asked Muguk to discharge his energy into the wind. He told our boy that he needs to send his energy to his target as quickly as possible in order to adapt to using the skill in real situations. The moment the man said this, Muguk used his energy to sense the wind. However, our boy did not know how to infuse his energy into the wind. While struggling to put his energy into the wind, Muguk noticed that the wind blew his energy away. Our boy immediately understood that he did not need to infuse his energy into the wind. Instead, he was supposed to allow his energy ride the wind. What he needed to do was to entangle the two together. As the wind carried our boy's energy through the forest, he was able to sense an animal. Muguk was able to see the tiger which his father was referring to. Our boy turned to his father and told him that the tiger is actually real. The heavenly demon was shocked to hear this. Our boy asked his father if something is wrong. The heavenly demon regained his composure and asked his son to not get lazy in his training. He told Muguk that his chances of survival will increase if he is able to maintain more lines. Our boy thanked his father for his advice. At night, we see Muguk give his father a bottle containing some liquor. He told the man that it is his trump card. The man drank the liquor and told our boy that it is quite good. When Muguk drank it, he told his father that it is still too strong for him. Of course, this was a lie. The heavenly demon told our boy that no demonic human would complain about liquor that is strong. Muguk told his father that it is more important to have a vicious heart than to be good at drinking liquor. The heavenly demon asked his son if he can kill him to save himself. Muguk revealed to his father that no child can kill his parent to save himself. Of course, this was not true. Our boy knew that he could kill anyone as long as he had enough reasons to. Muguk realized that this was his first time having a proper conversation with his father, and yet he still treasured his life more than his father's own. The heavenly demon told his son that he does not have a vicious heart if he is hesitant about killing him. Our boy told his father that he will learn how to drink strong liquor first. With his eyes filled with curiosity, the heavenly demon watched his son as he drank his liquor. In the next scene, we see Muguk circulating his inner energy while he was in his training room. After practicing for a while, our boy let out a huge sigh and stopped circulating his energy. The moment he stopped practicing, Muguk realized that he could freely entangle his energy with the wind, and he could now maintain 4 energy lines. Muguk never expected his father to teach him how to discharge his energy into the wind. This technique is like gaining an extra life because its user will be able to easily find an enemy that is trying to attack him. Our boy knew that he will be capable of releasing 10 energy lines at the same time if he continues to train. He was certain that he will be able to neutralize any stealth technique used by his enemies. While thinking, Muguk realized that even his father, who is much more skilled than him, still lost to Wamugi because the Heavenly Demon Pavilion was infiltrated. The Heavenly Demon Pavilion is a place that is thoroughly guarded by 3 barrier formations, 6 trap formations, and a group of carefully selected elites. There is also the 8 Demon Supremes, which are in 8 different directions, and their subordinates, which are protecting the Heavenly Demon. In the north, there is the Demonic Swordsman of the Northern Heaven Sword family, which is led by the 1/Sword Supreme. In the south, there is the Demonic Bladesmen of the Southern Heaven Blade family. They are led by the Blood Heaven Sword Demon. In the east, there is the Iron Fist of the Eastern Fist faction. They are led by the Undefeated Fist Demon. In the west, there is the Demonic Sorcerers of the Western Illusion formation. They are led by the Soul-Stealing Demon. In the northeast, there is the Faceless Swordsman that wants to become the Evil Smiling Demon. In the southeast, there is the Drunken Swordsman. They are always drunk with the Demonic Drunkard. The Poison Fang stays in the southwest. They research all sorts of poison with the Poison King. And finally, in the northwest, there are crazy monks that are crazy about the demonic Buddha's belief of deluding the world. In the past, Muguk believed that the enemy broke into the cult from outside. However, this was not the case. Our boy later found out that the outer defense was never broken. Muguk realized that one of the 8 Demon Supremes must have allowed Wamugi into the Heavenly Demon Pavilion. Our boy believes that there could be more than one traitor. The traitor was never found in the past, but this did not matter to Muguk. He plans to treat each one of the Supremes as traitors. After the Heavenly Demon was killed, none of the 8 Supremes sought revenge. Instead, they decided to close the cult. In his past life, our boy found out about how the 8 Demon Supremes lived their lives. He even knew what their last moments were like. Muguk assured himself that he will make use of each one of the Supremes. As Muguk walked towards the entrance of the room, he hears someone call Leon fatty. The person asked Leon if the young master is still in the training ground. Our boy was surprised to hear what the person said. Outside the training ground, we see a bald man with a huge sword and 2 other men behind him. The bald man told Leon that he can no longer wait. He asked her to drag Muguk out of the training ground. The girl was surprised to hear this. She could not believe that the man had no regards for her master. Before she could say anything, our boy stepped out of the house and asked the girl to tell him what she is doing. Leon was surprised to see her master. Muguk walked up to the girl and reminded her that he asked her to do her own thing while he is training. Our boy asked her if she was waiting outside for him the whole time he was training. The bald man moved close to Muguk. He asked him to tell him why he suddenly decided to train for days. Our boy immediately recognized the man. He realized that this man is Yang Pua. He is a disciple of the Blood Heaven Sword Demon. He noticed that the man was speaking to him without fear. Muguk could not blame Yang Pua because he was only being disrespectful because of the Heavenly Demon. After the Heavenly Demon announced that anyone in the cult could become his successor, the Heavenly Demon's sons were no longer seen as special. In fact, the announcement fueled the ambitious desires of many within the cult to defeat the sons of the Heavenly Demon so they can gain notoriety. Muguk asked the man to tell him what he wants. Yangpa revealed to our boy that Pyungo can no longer practice martial arts because of him. Our boy asked the man if he wants him to look after Pyungo. Yangpa told Muguk that he is not joking. Our boy smiled when he heard this. He told Yangpu that their relationship is not the type where they can have serious conversations. The man told our boy that he needs to take responsibility for crippling Pyungo. He asked Muguk to apologize to the idiot officially. Our boy immediately understood why Yangpu wanted the apology, due to the fact that the Blood Heaven Sword Demon's best disciple was not selected. His other disciples are trying to impress him by doing whatever it takes. Yangpa wanted Muguk to give out an official apology so that he can take credit for not letting the Blood Heaven Sword Demon look bad. Our boy smiled and told Yangpu that his master will not still choose him as his best disciple because of an apology. Yangpa became nervous and told Muguk that he is spouting nonsense. He told our boy that he only came for Pyungo's sake. With a horrifying look on his face, Muguk told the idiot that he wants an apology from him. Yangpa asked our boy to tell him what he has to apologize for. Our boy asked the man to apologize to Leon for speaking rudely to her. Leon was surprised to hear this. Yangpa was also surprised to hear this. Leon turned to her master and told him that she is fine. Muguk told the girl that he is not fine with it. Leon was surprised to hear this. Muguk walked forward and asked Yangpa to get on his knees and apologize to Leon for speaking rudely. Yangpa laughed and pointed at Leon. He asked Muguk if he wants him to kneel to the fatty. Our boy could not believe that the idiot continued to spout nonsense. Yangpa laughed and told Muguk that he would rather die than kneel to Leon. Our boy smiled when he heard this. He had been waiting to hear these words. He drew his sword and told Yangpu that he will grant his wish. Yangpa and his boys were shocked to see this. Leon was also surprised to see this. Yangpa told our boy that he has gone crazy. With a serious look on his face, Muguk told the man that he can either kneel down and apologize or fight him. Our boy reminded Yangpu that his master would not like it if he retreats. The man became worried when he heard this. He asked Muguk to tell him why he is going so far. Muguk explained to the man that he does not really care if Yangpa came to look for him. He told the man that he will never allow him to insult his subordinates. Leon was shocked to hear this. Yangpa was annoyed to hear this. He asked Muguk if he is really going to kill him because of a fat pig. Our boy smiled when he heard this. He told the man that Leon means a lot to him. Upon hearing this, Yangpa drew his sword. His friends asked him to not fight the young master. Leon wanted to interfere when she saw the man draw his sword. Muguk used his hand to tell her to stop. Yangpo took a stance and told our boy that he will only take one arm because he is the son of the Heavenly Demon. Yangpo's friends and Leon became worried when they saw the man take a stance. Yangpo easily closed the gap between Muguk and himself. He tried to cut off our boy's hand. Unfortunately for him, Muguk dodged the attack by going low. While he was below him, Muguk stabbed Yangpo's head through his mouth. His friends and Leon were shocked to see this, as blood dripped out of his mouth. Our boy told the man that his mouth is the cause of his death. He told Yangpu that he used his mouth to insult his subordinate and refused to use his mouth to apologize to her. The moment he said this, Muguk took out his sword from the man's mouth. He watched Yangpu as he fell to the ground. Yangpo's friends ran to help him. One of them asked our boy if he can handle the consequences for his actions. Muguk told the man that his mouth resembles Yangpo's own. The man was horrified to hear this. With a terrifying look on his face, Muguk asked the two men to pass on his message exactly the way he says it. He told them that he will find them at dusk if they do not do as he says. After telling them his message, our boy allowed the two men to carry Yangpo's dead body away. As the men walked forward, Leon walked up to her master. She asked him to tell her why he killed the man. She asked him to tell her why he would do such a thing for someone like her. Muguk smiled when he heard this. He could not believe that Leon was actually worried about him even though she was already hurt emotionally. Our boy assured the girl that he did not do it for her. He told her that he simply killed someone that deserved to die. Leon reminded her master that the Blood Heaven Sword Demon will not let his actions slide. Muguk understood why Leon was scared. The 8 Demon Supremes are people who have great influence in the cult. They also possess superior martial arts prowess and subordinates that not even the Heavenly Demon can ignore. Our boy had already crippled one disciple and killed another disciple of the Blood Heaven Sword Demon. Muguk assured his guard that the Blood Heaven Sword Demon will not take action. He told her that the man has nothing to gain from getting involved. He told her that the Blood Heaven Sword Demon will simply get criticized for teaching his disciples the wrong way. Leon told her master that the man's pride might be hurt. Muguk assured the girl that the Blood Heaven Sword Demon does not have any pride. Our boy placed his hand on Leon's shoulder and asked her not to worry about him. The girl was surprised to hear this. Muguk did not have a problem killing Yangpa because he was going to gain something from it. Due to the fact that he crushed Pyongo in a fight and killed Yangpa, our boy was certain that he will be able to attract everyone's attention in the cult. He did this in order to get closer to becoming the successor. As Muguk walked forward, Leon thanked him for what he did. With a bright smile on her face, the bodyguard thanked her young master for being on her side. Muguk turned around and smiled when he saw the look on the girl's face. He asked Leon to always be thankful. He told her to never forget what he did for the rest of her life. Our boy smiled as he walked forward. He hoped that Leon would not stop smiling in this life. He wanted the girl to live a life of happiness. Later in the night, we see Muguk outside his room in his nightwear. Our boy was sitting on a huge rock. As Muguk looked at the stars, he remembered that he was drowned in a sense of defeat when he ran away after the cult was disbanded. The sense of defeat was so great that Muguk would not be able to continue living if he had not been chasing after a goal in life. Our boy wondered about how his life would have been if he had not found out about the great regression technique. While he was thinking, our boy felt something terrifying. When he turned to his side, he saw a huge sword next to his neck. The sword was showing him his reflection. When Muguk looked behind him, he saw an old man releasing a terrifying energy next to him. Our boy quickly recognized the old man as the Blood Heaven Sword Demon. He never expected the old man to get to his house so quickly. While looking at the sword next to his neck, Muguk wondered if he could dodge the sword with his current strength. Our boy immediately knew that he could not dodge it. This is because his inner energy is severely lacking. While Muguk was sweating in anticipation of the man's choice, the old man took his sword away from his neck and sat next to him. With a smile on his face, the Blood Heaven Sword Demon asked Muguk to tell him why he behaved the way he did. Our boy told the man that his subordinate acted like a fool. Our boy asked the Sword Demon if he came to pick a fight with him because he is the youngest son of the Heavenly Demon. The old man raised his sword up and put it next to our boy's throat. He asked Muguk if he should cut off his head and show it to the Heavenly Demon. He told our boy that he wants to see if his father will care. With a smile on his face, Muguk told the man that he will not cut his head once he remembers how terrifying his father's eyes are. The Sword Demon smiled when he heard this. He took away his sword and dragged it on the ground. Our boy was surprised to see what the man did. The Blood Heaven Sword Demon created a long line and put a small demarcation at the end of the line. The man explained to Muguk that the small ratio represents how much his father cares for him. He told our boy that the majority belongs to him. Muguk was surprised to hear this. He went down and used his hand to create another demarcation. With a smile on his face, he reminded the Blood Heaven Sword Demon that he is the son of the Heavenly Demon. He told the man that he will probably take majority of his father's love. The old man smiled when he heard this. He told Muguk that they can test out his theory. He told him that he wants to see if the Heavenly Demon will allow him to live if he carries his head to him. Our boy laughed when he heard this. He asked the Sword Demon to not underestimate the love a father has for his son. The Blood Heaven Sword Demon raised his sword and began to release a large amount of energy. He told Muguk that they can test it out. Our boy was shocked to feel the man's energy. With a nervous smile on his face, Muguk told the old man that they do not need to test the theory. He explained to the man that the Heavenly Demon has 2 sons and there is only one of him. In other words, the Blood Heaven Sword Demon was more valuable than him. The old man removed his energy when he heard this. With a smile on his face, he told Muguk that he is not as foolish as his disciple. Our boy assured the man that his disciple would be alive if he was a little bit like him. With a serious look on his face, the Blood Heaven Sword Demon revealed to Muguk that he has lived his whole life with misfortune. He told our boy that he hopes they do not meet often. Muguk assured the man that he will remember his words. The moment he heard this, the Blood Heaven's sword demon jumped out of the residence. Our boy was relieved when he saw the old man leaving. After the sword demon left, Muguk noticed that he was feeling some pain in his body. When our boy raised his clothes up, he saw some marks on his body. Muguk immediately realized that the old man used his sword hilt to hurt him when he sat next to him. He was annoyed to see that the crazy old man would hurt him. Our boy knew that the Blood Heaven's sword demon came to see him for a different reason. Although the old man looks like someone who acts as he pleases, he is actually very calculative and he plans things meticulously. The fact that the old man told our boy that he will carry his head to his father twice means that he was really thinking of doing it. Muguk knew that the sword demon came to see him because he left a deep impression when he fought with his disciple. He knew that the old man must have thought of his wish to hunt with his father to be unique. Muguk realized that the sword demon felt the need to test him, especially since he killed his disciples. He understood that the man came to see if he was worthy of being the successor. Our boy wondered if his first opponent is going to be the Blood Heaven sword demon. Guys, we have come to the end of our video. If you guys want more of this recap, let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and smash that subscribe button for more recaps. See you guys later.